What up, y'all? Wow, what an amazing day it has been so far here at CultivatorCon. Honestly, I am truly blown away by what I have heard and listened to and experienced, and I'm just so thrilled that I now get to spend the next few minutes hanging with all of you and talking about one of my favorite subjects, which is employee resource groups. So hi, everyone. My name is McKee, and I'm going to take you back just a few months ago to June 2022, when I got to celebrate Pride Month as a community leader for our LGBTQ+ employee resource group at Shopify, and where I got to create and release a storytelling and portrait series highlighting some of the incredible queer representation at Shopify. It was a campaign that featured 9 diverse human beings and 1 gorgeous dog, and it captured authentic stories of coming out, navigating workplaces and relationships, and even running a business. It's a project that I'm so incredibly proud of, and one that may not have come to fruition had it not been for a single tweet that inspired it all. That's actually not the tweet, although it is a pretty good one. And did you know that research shows our attention span only lasts about 8 seconds? Who knew? Anyway, here's the actual tweet. And it's the first and the last line of this tweet that really stuck out. The first line says, focus on one thing. The last line says, focus 100% on one thing, instead of doing 5 things with 20% focus each. Now, raise your hand, right? If you're like me and you often find yourself as a person who is doing too many things with minimal focus. Come on, cultivators, I know I can't be the only one. Right? We try to multitask, but we don't actually make any progress. You might be answering emails or direct messages while watching this and realizing you just missed the last thing I said. I see some of you, but that's okay. Trust me, I get it. Between making lists of all the tasks we need to get done and all the goals we set for ourselves, we very quickly can become overwhelmed. And for those of us that serve as community leaders, and I know that there's many out there watching this, we strive to serve our communities and uplift them as much as possible. So naturally, we're constantly battling the clock and looking for more time to accomplish all of these goals and things that we've set out for ourselves. And that was me in 2021, trying to do the most with my limited time, resources, and lack of focus. Now, this is a screenshot from my 2021 ERGs Leadership Hub, which shows the goals that we had set at the beginning of the year and whether or not we completed them. And so we did a little better than the tweet suggested, and we had a completion rate of about 31%. But what a deeper look would show you is that what we did accomplish was quite surface level and not the high impact work that our community really needed from us. So as I set out my goals for the ERG in 2022, I peeled it back and I identified a single focus area for each quarter of the year. 3 months to concentrate and work on just one thing. And as you can see, Q3 was set on the queer experience at Shopify, the beautiful campaign that I showed earlier. A campaign that showcased employees, built pride and empathy for the community, and served as an attraction for new, diverse talent. And while this campaign was no small feat, the team and I were able to accomplish something that created more value by doing less. And by establishing a single point of focus for those 3 months, I was able to fully lean into the project and see it through to the end. And a similar thing happened in my day job as well. And if you're part of an LGBTQ+ ERG and you don't refer to it as your gay job and your day job, well, I really hope you start to. Now, anyways, so at the time I was working as a facilitation specialist, and it was my responsibility to create and deliver multi-day off-site experiences. And what I learned while creating and planning these off-sites were that teams and stakeholders were so eager to get together, and they really wanted to maximize their time. So naturally, teams wanted to do the most, right? We crammed these offsites with work and project time, team building, reflections and retrospectives, workshops, guest speakers, leadership talks, and so much more. But what resulted in these days was minimal progress made on projects, confusion about next steps, and exhausted employees. Just as in 2021 with the ERG, we were doing 5 things with 20% focus. So I took the tweet and I applied it here as well. I set an intentional focus or one goal for each day of the offsite. I give time and space for discussions, discourse, and collaboration, and extended time for meals, breaks, and fun activities. By doing so, teams were able to dig into meatier problems and find unique solutions to their work. In most cases, individuals left feeling energized and excited. And that is what focusing 100% on one thing can do. Now, over the holidays, I watched Disney Plus and National Geographic's new show Limitless with Chris Hemsworth, because, hello, it is Chris Hemsworth. And in the first episode of the show, he shares a story about a world champion highliner, Faith Dickey. And she talks about the concept of segmentation and the importance of dismantling overwhelming tasks into tiny chunks, and how that makes it easier for her to mobilize and move. She says, "I don't think about the full walk across the void. I focus on one step, one foot in front of the other. That one step can propel me all the way across." And this is the mindset that I'm taking into 2023, and one that I encourage all of you beautiful community leaders, dedicated employee resource group leaders, you change makers, you cultivators, to do just one thing. Set just one goal and see it through. Do it with mindfulness and intention. Do it well, and I promise it will be more valuable than doing 5 things poorly. In 2022, I followed the advice of a tweet, and with the ERG, I created a single focus area or theme for each quarter. This year, I'm taking it one step further and getting even more granular by setting just one specific and primary goal for each quarter. By doing so, I'll be able to create better and more sustainable practices for our community leaders, see our ERGs successfully accomplish at least 4 incredible moments during the year, and improve buy-in for managers and stakeholders across the business. 2023 is all about simplicity and highlighting ERG's impact and value, all by doing just one thing with 100% focus. Thank you all so much.